There's a folk song I wrote. It might be tied a little bit to that song and some. He went to work each day to a job that broke his back, to shelter, feed, and clothe his family. For 30 years at the factory, he offered up his body to provide them with security. He put all their hard-earned money in savings and a loan to take care of the bills and pay their debts. In the end, the factory closed. They lost all of their savings while the banks were bailed out by the feds. So it goes, so it goes, for better or for worse, so it goes. Sacrificed her life upon the altar of her children. Never once did she complain. She put aside her dreams and all her young ambitions to keep her precious darlings from all pain. In the end, you might say it all came to nothing, for her children never fared that well. But it's not by the results of our work that we are measured. It's in knowing we tried to do our jobs well. So it goes, so it goes, for better or for worse, so it goes. They were willing to give up their young lives for their country, for a cause they were told was just and true. In the end, they were slaughtered, and it never made a difference, as the war was a lie through and through. Oh, it's red and black and white, it's more often complicated when you go searching for what's right or wrong. All we can do is make our choices when the questions are presented. Let our hearts guide us as we move along. So it goes, so it goes, for better or for worse, so it goes, so it goes, so it goes, for better or for worse, so it goes.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
I really like that song. We're really taking a walkabout here on the genres. And that's what's interesting. You two have such, I bet you can pull anything from your pocket. I mean, when you two became...
You're speaking metaphorically, right?
Yes,
Okay,
literally.
Because
Yes.
seriously, I could, there's no telling.
Boo, 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 boo. I feel like you have a whistle around your neck at all times. Maybe you have a kazoo. You're hanging out with Xander, right? The guys. And you know what? I actually wanted to talk about that. I met you through my dear friend, Justin Morris. And who is my Hanai brother. And that's kind of like your Hanai son in a way. And I'll never forget, Justin and I become close friends, and I think I was interviewing him or helping Brown Chicken Brown Cow String Band in some way. And I came to your property, and we hung out on the bus, and then he, showed me the grounds, and it was just such an extraordinary place. And then once I found out what was going on, and I don't know if a lot of people know, you kind of have this like beautiful in and out tour of these magical interns who you support. I call them interns of sorts, right? But you give them, you want to mend the fence? All right, then you can stay here. And then, I think you're probably the reason the boys stayed, because they were about to go do other things, but all of them now have found successful places here on Maui, and I think you're a huge part of that.
I'm a part. I don't know about a huge part, but I'm a part. I remember when I met them on the street, they were so good, and I sat in with them, and they were playing out in front of
in Paia,
on the sidewalk, and I sat in with them, and I said, "Hey, you guys sound great. Where are you living?" And they point across the sidewalk to a Toyota Corolla. And I'm
Sounds
going,
about right.
Wow, 3 fit in that thing? And they go, no, it's a friend of ours' car, and we share it with him.
So there's 4.
And the other guy, Noah, he's a big guy. So there are 4 of them living in that car. And it's like, man, you can't do that. Come on up to my place.
And then from there, they said they wrote a lot of songs on your property.
They did,
actually, from their album.
Yeah, when they were hanging there, I used to make breakfast for everybody, and I have a big 15-inch cast iron pan, so I'd make up just a mess of eggs and potatoes and onions and stuff. And
how big is your cast iron?
15 across, 15 inches.
Yeah, we're coming over for breakfast. That sounds good.
And while I'm making breakfast,
pile of pancakes.
They're in there writing songs or playing songs. It was just joyous. It was just wonderful. We still, Sal and I, as I said,
that's what life's about.
We play a lot of music there, and we've had a lot of people, and in fact, we had a celebrity in there yesterday in the morning. He gave a piano lesson to Colleen from
Colleen's
our favorite restaurant in Haiku.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, Lady Colleen.
Yeah, the celebrity herself.
Oh, fantastic.
She actually reads pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah. Studied classical.
We should do some live music up there then. Talk to the ladies. Well, that's so beautiful. And I just want to say thank you as somebody who's a big fan of Matt Delomo and Xander and Orion and Justin. And thank you for keeping them here. It's kept me busy. They are busy boys and doing a lot of the music scene. So thank you so much for being so kind to them. And that's such a cool thing. And I think that's what's cool about Maui is that the roots here are so deep. Like the roots here are so deep, and the level of talent in this community, it's not anywhere I've ever lived. Chicago, Cleveland, LA. Maui's unsurpassed and kind.
And one of the things
cohesive
that breeds that is that unlike in the mainland where you're in a band and you play the same 40 songs with the same 5 guys and you move around and play to the same crowd, we have people come here for vacation, for conventions, and so they'll call you up and they'll say, I need a 3-piece Hawaiian, 4-piece country, 7-piece Motown, whatever. And you get together the players. So we all know each other. We've all interacted with one another. And so you end up playing a lot of different kinds of music with a lot of different people, which breeds that camaraderie. Not to mention just the fact of living on an island, you don't have that anonymity of urbanity that says, screw him, I'll never see him again.
Exactly. You remember the relationships, the level of respect.
So it's just a really, really nice musical community we've got here, and I just love it.
I do too. It's something very special. Well, thank you guys for being such a big part of it. Thanks for being here. All right, where are we going next?
Well,
I hear a little Hawaiian.
Speaking of that, I lived here a long time. I've lived here 57 years now.
Woo!
Wow, that's when I first moved here.
So you were a baby.
So there's a song that I would love to see somebody like Sister Roby or Amy Gilliam, do, because they've lived here a long time too. They're plugged into the Hawaiian community. And I love the culture so much, and this is a song that I wrote about. Hipoi ia kameu o vai hauleki ke valea pai kulima ki mau kahanau na hoki e amai na mea kahiko pai kulima ki mau
Just lovely.
Yeah, I think I got one of the verses mixed up, but it doesn't matter because like 99% of the people won't even know what I'm saying.
Exactly.
But I will tell you because
Beautiful.
it's kind of a it's got a little secret in it. It's basically the lyrics are about how I've lived here so long and I'm so fond of the culture and I've lived here so long. I've seen a time when the culture was almost lost, when the language was almost lost. You know, like. I remember back when the girls were you go to Lua, they'd be dancing in plastic skirts and high heels, and it was just an abomination. But now there's a new generation who are honoring their ancestors in both song and dance. And at the end of each verse it says, raise your hand if you understand.
Nice.
And then the last verse is, once again, I tell my story of the time that was and the time that I hope will be. Raise your hand if you understand. And so we've been playing that for several months, but it's only been one time we were at a party playing it with John Cruz was there at the party, and there were some people from, I don't know where the girls were from the that's what brought that to mind. The girls were from the Big Island too, and they were teachers at an immersion school, and they raised their hands. And
yes.
so, but I would love to see somebody like John or Amy or Sister Roby do it. Somebody who has a deep connection with the Hawaiian community.
I think Sal knows them. He should probably.
Yeah.
And we both know them.
I don't know. Now, Sal,
I remember Amy from when she was like, I don't know, 18.
I was going to say you've probably seen her grow.
She used to, when we were doing those pirate themed conventions. She was a can dancer. And at that time, she was all bragging about her brother. My brother was, does this and that, and he's really good. And he's, never knowing that she was going to
be the sensational star she is.
Yeah.
Yes. And you just came back from a beautiful show, a Mother's Day weekend on Oahu with Amy Hanaiali'i and Marcus Johnson.
Yep.
And you play, she's always got the players. You guys are the cool cats. I love when you were decked out in all black for the show. Tell us a little bit about what it's like. You travel a lot and play a lot with Amy. How's that?
That's always great. She's another great writer. She's written some beautiful Hawaiian music. Actually, the guy who translates for her is the one who translated his song.
Yeah,
Micah from the Big Island.
Oh, we love wonderful.
Great human
Actually, I
being.
had two translators work on it. One from Hana, who translated initially, and it was more of a literal translation. I had difficulty in making it fit inside the song. And then John Cruz suggested Micah. And
Actually, I did.
was it
Ooh,
you?
yeah.
Okay.
I gave you his number.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. Let's keep the
Sick
record
burn.
straight. Yeah, and it he did a wonderful translation that was shorter, and I could put it to fit better with the music that I was thinking about.
And that's so important.
Yeah.
Is he working on the hula yet?
Yeah, okay. That is another one. Yet another
stepping stone into the completion.
That's another thing that Sal came up with. This is Sal's idea, not mine.
We're not worthy.
Yeah,
We're not worthy.
He suggested to do a hula for it, and I think, and since the guy who did the translation is also a kupuna,
Kuma hula on Big
Yes.
Island.
teacher.
Amazing. Great guy.
Bring it. And isn't John Cruz celebrating Island Style? You guys are having some big shows coming up
I think he's
at
got
Pro
something going
Arts.
on, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you've been playing with John for years as well, off and on. You guys
Yeah.
have a great relationship. We had a great time with him here. He's such
he's
a character. It's
Really
fun to see him become uncle status. Because when I knew him, I moved here probably 15 years ago.
Then
He was still kind of
idle.
and now it's like all these up and coming, bright eye guitar players, singer songwriters. Uncle. He's like, oh. Like he's
Shut
just. I'm like, wear it. You wear it well. Wear your salt and pepper, sir. You're still hot.
Yeah.
But it's really nice. Nice to hear about all these relationships and how you guys get along. It's
Yeah.
really fun. We're really blessed here in Maui. I have to admit, this is my 52nd show, and I still have 50 more Maui musicians. Isn't it crazy to think about how many there are in this little island?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be playing mandolin if it wasn't for John. I had owned a mandolin for a long time, but never really played it.
Like you always need an instrument next to you.
Yeah,
You said.
and I think Sal and Marcus. Oh, I remember you guys had a show at the MAC, and you needed a warm body, and I had broken my hand. I had my hand in a cast, and so John calls me up and goes, "Can you do this thing?" And I go, "Well, no, my hand's broke." And he goes, "Well, can you play harmonica?" And I went, "I guess I can do that with one hand." and so I went up. I don't know, what is it? Was it a contractual thing? You needed a warm body, or what was it?
It's like we said there was a 5-piece, and we only have 4 players.
Yeah. I've done that on my gigs. I've hired guys just because I,
Need a
Needed
warm
somebody
body.
up
That's
there,
my new
yeah.
favorite slang in
Oh,
the
yeah.
music industry. We need a warm body. 10 minutes.
Yeah, I remember-
Stage left.
I remember Eric Gilliam came up one time because I needed a conga player. And he goes, "Yeah, I can do that."
Sure, I can do that.
He was on that side, and the guy didn't show up, so he showed up and got paid.
Oh, wonderful. See? And here we are with the unsolved. I love the stories from Maui days
Yeah,
on
but
stage.
if we're going to play some music, better do it because we could talk here all
I could
day.
talk a
Oh,
while.
God.
I could talk a while.
Okay.
Well, here we are with Steve and Sal. We're so happy to have you guys here on Mana'o at Home. Please tip the talents, and thanks for tuning in. Aloha.
Here's a song related to that last one, only because that last one's kind of Hawaiian in flavor. And this one is a song that I wrote about the oldest woman on the east side of Hana at the time, anyway. And I was talking story with her, and I was as much entranced with the way she told the stories with her hands as I was with the stories. Something in the way she moved her fingers as we spoke that day just a subtle movement, but it seemed to melt the years away. I asked her if she'd ever been a dancer. She said, oh yes, for most of my years. When I was young, I danced with bands, greeted ships down by the pier. So many years have passed now since she's danced in front of any bands. She's sitting in her rocker now, but she still has a dancer's hands. We spent the afternoon together, and I listened to her life unfold. She said she'd been a dancer since she was only 5 years old. She danced luau's and parties, and when the war came, she danced for the troops. She married a soldier, raised a family, and still found time to dance with local groups. Now her legs are worn out, and it hurts so when she stands. So she sits in her rocker, but she still has a dancer's hands. And overseas with the USO, she danced till her tired legs finally told her no. Now the children call her Tutu, she rocks and sings them songs from her chair. Sometimes while she's singing, one will ask to braid her long white hair. And they watch her hands closely as she sings them the old hula songs, as she moves her hands to the rhythm the children follow along. Teaching them a chant now on his beautiful red sands. Oh, her dancing days aren't over yet. She still has a dancer's hands. No, her dancing days aren't over yet. She still has a dancer's hands.
That was lovely.
Think, yeah.
What was the name of that song?
Dancer's Hands.
Dancer's Hands. That's fantastic. We've really done a little, I just love all the variety today. It's been really nice. And to see Steve, oh, he picked up the mandolin. Here we go.
We're going to do one of Sal's tunes now.
All right, cool. And yes, Sal, let's talk a little bit. You've got a lot going on. I mean, I know Steve thinks you're the only, but you've got a lot going on. You just did this wonderful Jazz International month of. You just did the altitude deck, correct?
Yeah, we did.
Tell us a little bit about that. I was so sad to miss it. I had an event and I was like, ugh. It looked like a good one.
It could have even been better, but a few of the people got sick.
Oh man, I'm so sick
The
of
band
people.
before us totally canceled because they all got sick.
Oh shoot.
So our spot was moved up, and then my sister got sick, so we ended up changing the format of what we did.
So I actually played on that too.
I mean, you
Yeah,
should.
oh, yeah.
I'm so not a jazz
You're
guy.
a warm body that
I'm
showed
a
up.
warm body
He was
that
a warm
showed up.
body.
Warm body.
I was gonna say, yeah, jazz. How does it going from playing with him to playing jazz?
He
Jazz is the basis of all wonderful music, though. You have jazz in you.
Oh
No.
no. He really is a really wonderful chromatic harmonica player.
Or as Sal is fond of saying, Steve, I really like what you're trying to do.
So the group is called, what is it? Latitude.
Latitude 21 degrees north.
That's right. Which looks like Latin number.
Well, it was.
What is the play on words? I like it.
It was latitude. It's sort of like where we are in Bahia, Haiku, that area, and it happens to be the same latitude where my family's from in Mexico,
Fantastic.
which was a trip. Yeah.
And you play with your family is a family.
Yeah,
Just
yeah. We're going to be playing at the yacht club, Lahaina Yacht Club, on the 27th this month. I
Okay.
think. Yeah, with just my brother Felipe, my sister, and me.
Yeah.
We'll see what we're going. How
Felipe
much trouble we
lives
can
with
get
us
into.
too.
He just this is a family affair. We
Esther,
need a documentary of
Esther
your-
wanted to rent the bus for a while, but she changed her mind.
Well,
That way.
so
Why?
we can.
That, yeah, it was probably a blessing.
You know, this
If
is
you're
going-
listening, instead, I
you're gonna
didn't
have to-
mean
You're gonna
that.
have to live with her after you said that. Wow.
So many things going on, and also one of our favorite musicians, of course, Steve Grimes.
Fabulous songwriter.
Fabulous, awesome guy, luthier extraordinaire, really great. We actually have a redemption episode coming up for him. We had bad internet for his show. He did our show.
Oh.
So we have to have him in the studio. That was when we were old school. We were Zooming. Now we're like all professional. This is,
Yeah.
50.
How wonderful.
Look how professional we are now.
We got to get going on this song because otherwise we won't have time for the song. This is the song.
Yeah, this is a Grateful Dead song.
Oh,
It's
so we're
long.
gonna be here another 20,
Yeah, another
20
25.
minutes,
Okay, it's
20,
cool.
yeah.
It's the internet. We can do what we want. We break rules here.
Okay.
Mahalo to Mā'alaea Radio for letting me break rules.
Cookie Sweet.
Cookie
And
Sweet.
he has really gotten so good on that little baby guitar.
Oh, the baby guitar, aka mandolin.
It'll grow to a full guitar soon.
It's just a baby. That was a beautiful song. Thank you so much for sharing. One of my favorite things about watching musicians of your caliber is that you really enjoy yourself, and also your facial movements is my favorite. Like, yeah, that's like my favorite. You've always said the face squiff. You did well. Congratulations.
Why do people always make fun of my Tourette?
It's
like, man.
Oh, shoot, we weren't
I
supposed
know.
to
I
talk
tell
about
him
that.
and I tell him, but
Yeah, I know.
I gotta go over the contract. I forgot. Shoot. I don't know about you guys, but I really enjoyed myself today. I hope you guys had fun here on Mā'alaea at home.
Yeah.
It's always a blast to see you gentlemen in the community, and you're so kind off stage and on stage, and we just really appreciate being so authentic and just sharing your gifts with the world, and of course helping so many musicians, be better. You guys are the guys that they want to be like. You know that, right? But you're just cool guys hanging out, goofing around. It's the best.
we have fun.
You're legends, all right? You're legends, Sal.
in our own minds.
Well, you'll be performing live. You guys get tickets to, June 25th at Maui Coffee Addict.
And then Paia Bay.
And that's every Wednesday?
Wednesdays and Thursdays. They also have, speaking of geezers, they have a Sunday, Kupuna Sundays now where they do something. I don't know. Jenna told me about that. I didn't even know.
All right. Well,
Hey,
we're
give 'em a
promoting
plug.
Kapuna
Oh,
Sunday.
what the hell?
Sundays. Oh, hey.
Paia's become quite the little sector again. I
Yeah.
love the jazz
Yeah.
that Mark Johnstone does with
Yeah.
Marcus Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
Sunday brunch.
Yeah.
It's
So how
a
many
good
songs do you
time.
think we did, Sal?
Huh?
How many songs do you think we did?
6?
Yeah.
Six.
Really?
I know. I
What
know.
were we thinking? We had like 9 or 10
I was like,
songs.
we're done. That
Yeah,
was
I
great.
know.
No, we talk story well, though. That's what happened.
Yes, we do.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. You guys can
Thank
tip
you.
it at Sal Godinez dash. That's Sal dash Godinez dash 2. I'll put that online. Maybe we'll give Steve a little money. I don't know. We'll
Yeah.
see.
And then give me a call. You give me a call at my home and just let me know that how much you gave him. So
Yes, it's 555-4444. He'll answer.
Yeah, that's the one.
He
Leave a
lives at Five
message.
Corners. Yeah, just go ahead and sit outside. Well, it's I love doing the show, and shows like this are kind of the reason I like to do the show, is just kind of like sit down and get raw and just be real. And thanks, guys, for taking this opportunity out of your
Thank you.
bustling schedules,
Oh, yeah.
and we really appreciate it. No, you guys are awesome. You're legends. I'm Trish da Dish. I'm really excited to present this show on select Thursdays. If it wouldn't be possible without Mā'alaea Radio. Thank you so much. And of course, Backlit Buddha Studios and Pinatas for giving us this beautiful home to present. And mahalo to the Playground Maui and Venture Physical Therapy for supporting me as well. Couldn't make this possible. And we've got a great summer coming up. We'll be back June 2nd with Dan Kai. He's like multi-instrumentalist sensation. I cannot wait to sit down with him.
He actually plays the instruments he owns.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be nice to have a real musician in here then,
will.
right? Jeez. Hello.
Oh, yeah.
You did this, all right? And then, of course, we got Marty Dredd coming up.
Excellent.
And then Gail Swanson. I got her.
I love
I got
Gail.
her. We're getting her
Yeah.
out again. She's singing. And thank you to everybody who promoted and supported the Sunflower event and raised all that money, multiple thousands and tens of thousands of dollars for Ukraine and efforts there. So thank you so much to Mā'alaea Radio and Pacific Biodiesel. So mahalo for joining us. I'm Trish da Dish. Once again, Steve, Sal.
Steve the Sleeve.
Steve the Sleeve, Sal the Gal.
No, Sal the Pal.
Sal the Pal. You
Yeah.
guys keep it real for the homeschool. I'll see you on the flip side. Aloha.
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 We getting down. Woo! Aloha! Yeah! Great show, guys. Yay, we did it! That was so great. I wanted to extend it for more songs.
90 minutes.